they show me a printout of, you know, these two videos, and they're just like, did you post these two videos to YouTube? I'm like, yeah. This 24-minute video about the 2020 presidential election was given to me to upload to YouTube. Now, it wasn't done by me, but I believed in what the, you know, most of what the video was saying, the evidence inside of it, and the interpretation of the evidence. You know, so that's why I felt okay about posting it. Now, I didn't feel I was doing anything illegal by posting it. I think it could have been posted to any account. So, you know, I did it without much hesitation, and much to my surprise, the video did quite well. Yeah, it just seemed to be like really blowing up. Like it would get like 10,000 views like very quickly, and you know, I was surprised by that, and I was, you know, very happy that people were helping me forward it and stuff like that. Around about 2 days later, you know, I could see that it was still going strong. It was about 160,000 views, and I really wasn't that happy actually, because like it was good for my channel. I was getting a lot of comments. You know, the 1450, the 1450 was all over it, and you know, I actually took that kind of as a compliment because I felt that they were threatened by it. So I thought that, you know, maybe this video had actually raised the right issues, because a lot of videos have been posted to YouTube that I felt weren't, I mean, they were kind of saying, yeah, the election, there's nothing wrong with it, but like, well, there's been too many videos about the so-called computer fraud, and how like, oh no, look, like, you know, how could it raise 500,000 ballots in like, you know, 5 seconds like that? And I never really felt that that was the key point of the election. I've always felt that it's always been what happens inside the voting stations, because that's where it has to be done. And I felt like the computer stuff was really just a fail-safe for the government. Now, everything I'm saying here is I'm just expressing my own personal opinion. I don't feel that I'm breaking the law by posting this to YouTube, and, you know, like, I don't feel like I'm deliberately making the society like unstable or whatever that law says, because it's very vague, and you know, I don't see how me saying anything here can make this society unstable. So anyway, like, I just felt like it was just a hot YouTube video, that's all. I didn't think that the government would respond to a YouTube video like that, because it's just YouTube, okay? So, but I was wrong. So, like, my doorbell started ringing at around 8 p.m. and I ignored it at first because I thought it was just some random people ringing my doorbell trying to get to someone else's home, and I wasn't expecting anyone. So, but they were very persistent. They rang like 5 times before I finally got upset and annoyed, and I went down there to see what was going on. So, and then I find like 2 cops, like 2 detectives, like waiting outside my door, and I'm like, okay, I guess it was too sensitive to post that video. And they were like, they showed me a printout of, you know, these 2 videos, and they're just like, did you post these 2 videos to YouTube? I'm like, yeah. And they're like, well, you know, 民众有检举, you know, like just like someone in the public made a, you know, complaint or something that this was breaking the law. Okay, so I was like, okay, you know what? Those videos aren't mine. If it's really breaking the laws you guys claim, then I'll get rid of them. Okay, no problem. All right. And they're like, oh no, you have to come down to the station to make a statement. And I was like, okay, well, and they're like, would you like to come down right now? And then, you know, I was like, oh, yeah, sure. Because I showed them my passport. They checked to see if I was who I was. And then they're like, do you want to get dressed? I was like, okay, sure. And then, so they walk up the stairs with me. And then one of them, like, nearly enters my home. And I was like, wait, hold on. Can you wait outside? And he's like, oh, sure. And then, so I get dressed, you know, I take my passport. And I go with them in the back seat, you know, their car to the Criminal Investigation Bureau. You know, they start asking me, so who made this video? And I was like, yeah, some people made it. And they're like going, okay. And then the not so nice detective came down, you know, like to start talking to me. And he's like, okay, look, like this is like, you know, the public, a member of the general public thinks that this is breaking the law. So this is a public video, which you posted, and did you check all the facts in it yourself? And I'm like, no, I didn't check all the facts in it. Well, then it's breaking the law according to this member of the public, and if you don't make it not public, then you could be facing charges for, you know, violating the social order maintenance law. Okay, now social order maintenance law is a law that covers a wide range of things, as I understand it. Okay, so but it was expanded during the Tsai Ing-Wen administration in 2018, I believe, to combat false news. So like false news is basically like anything that, like anyone forwarding a news article or any kind of information through like a chat app known as like Line or something like that has to check the information for it to see if it's true before they forward it to anyone. So in other words, it's actually illegal according to this law in Taiwan to forward any news story that a member of the public deems to be illegal. So in other words, it's whatever the ruling party doesn't like. It's actually illegal to forward news in Taiwan, like a news article or video. Like that's actually breaking the law. Like it could be interpreted as breaking the law. Like every person has to go out and check to see if what they've been forwarded by someone else is actually real. Okay, and obviously that's beyond the capability of most people in Taiwan, in my opinion. So, and then they're like going, I'm like, okay, hey, look, I agreed very quickly to privatize the videos because it wasn't worth it for me to go to court over videos that I knew would be posted elsewhere on YouTube very quickly. Like within 24 hours of me taking them down, I knew that they would be posted elsewhere. I hope everyone understands the situation I was in, that it just, you know, it just wasn't worth it for me. And especially since I didn't do the videos, it's like my account is basically just a proxy, okay? It's like, that doesn't mean anything, right? So like, if it can't be on my account without breaking the law, then it can go on other accounts, maybe from overseas. People who aren't living in Taiwan, people who aren't breaking the law, you know? So that's the way I saw it. And I know some people don't agree with me. They felt I shouldn't have gone with the detectives. I should have asked for a summons, Tsai Piao, right? And it wasn't worth it for me. Like, I just would rather just take care of it and just move on with my life and continue making other videos. And if those new videos happen to be illegal also, then we'll deal with it one by one. Okay, but I wasn't going to court over a video that I didn't make. So, anyway, that's my position. I had to make a statement regarding this video. So they verified my identity, they copied my passport, my residence card, and they just asked me a lot of personal questions, like where was I born, and then they asked me basically the same questions, and then they asked me, where did you upload this video? And like I was like, you know, I was in a lot of different places that day, like, you know, and also they were going after my Facebook posts too, because my Facebook posts linking to those YouTube videos were public. So they're like, well, that's breaking the law too. So I deleted my Facebook post, which I don't think anyone complained about. And it was a very long process. It just took over an hour, and I kept receiving phone calls from people. They're going like, what's going on with the video? Why is it, you know, why did it get taken down? Where the hell are you? How come you're not answering your phone? I mean, it just made things a lot really nerve-wracking for me, and I was also very tired, and you know, I hadn't gotten a lot of sleep, and anyway, so, well, yeah, and they also said that you might receive a fine in the mail, like, you know, for this, you know, and it's not our decision, it's like the Chugongso or whatever, like in my district, you know, like they would have to decide. So, yeah, there's a chance I might get a fine for this too, 2,000 NT. You know, I'm not sure if I'm gonna pay for it if I receive it, but I'm definitely going to, if I do get something, I'm definitely going to scan it and, you know, send it out to, you know, YouTubers and just the media in the United States saying, like, look, okay, I've been fined a few thousand NT for posting YouTube videos in Taiwan. I'm definitely gonna do that. I haven't decided if I'm gonna pay for it or not, but, yeah, so that's pretty much the story. Then I left. Didn't seem like it was that big a deal. I mean, once I took down the videos and did the statement, like those guys had done their job. That was it. I went outside and I immediately called Bao Zizui-zang. And I was like, dude, can you take down that video we took yesterday, because like I don't really want to be back here, you know, tomorrow for that, you know, like that's just, you know, just not my cup of tea, you know. And he said, okay, I'll take it down, and I'm grateful to him for doing the you know, his live feed, you know, a couple days later. And I'm very grateful to KY Boss and Ying-Wen 108 show back in North America for talking about my case, you know, because it's like, you know, I still have a hard time believing what happened, because it's like governments usually don't need to do that sort of thing. I mean, people make all kinds of accusations against governments, elections, and stuff like that. It's very common, okay? And I just didn't think they would be so sensitive about, even if you do have so-called hard evidence of fraud and you post it to YouTube, most likely they'll just ignore you and they'll just say, whatever, that video proves nothing. That's just what I expected would happen, okay? For them to come after me like that, like so quickly, like 2 days after I posted it, suggests that, I mean, this video must have really upset them. I mean, like, you know, I'm not sure why, but there must have been stuff in there that they really didn't like. So, I mean, there's just so much stuff posted to YouTube. There's so many videos suggesting the election was rigged, from the, you know, from the computer stuff, and there's statistical analysis, there's videos, there's all kinds of stuff. And, you know, this video really must have gotten them worried. I don't really regret what I did. I don't regret posting the video, because I certainly had no intention of breaking any law, and I don't feel I broke any law. And I don't really regret taking down the video. I mean, I'm sorry about it, but I don't regret my decision. So, like, I just don't think it was worth it. And I'm glad to see that it's been reposted by other YouTubers and that people can still see it. I mean, I knew that would happen, so, like, I hope people can understand my decision. Okay, so, and I'm not going to sue the Criminal Investigation Bureau for this. It's not necessary. I'm not going to go to AIT. I just don't think it's that big a deal. I don't want it to be a big deal, you know, so, like, but I do want people to know what happened, and I do want this, I don't want this to happen to other people in Taiwan, regardless of being local citizens or foreigners, because I just really think it's harassment. Okay, that's my opinion. It's like, it's very, they're really obviously using this Anti Infiltration Act that they passed just before the election, and upping the ante, saying 10 million NT or 5 years in jail. They're really using this threat to just silence anyone. And I don't think that they will actually be putting people in jail over expressing some kind of opinion that they don't like. Because I think like the more that they do that, like just the worse it's gonna get. And Taiwan is a fairly open place, and word gets out. So like I just really think that these two laws are just kind of like they're there, and they will be used to silence people, to threaten people. But I don't see them actually going through with what they're saying, because it's like it's just, I think it would just be too much even for them. So like I don't want people to. I'm speaking out about this because I want to discourage the Tsai administration from continuing to do this sort of thing, because it's just really god awful what they're doing, like so. And I knew it was happening before the election to people for just forwarding messages online, just talking about like possible election fraud in the election, and like I didn't really worry about it too much, but I just heard about it. I saw it on the news, and I was just, I guess you don't really think about things too much until it happens to you, and then and it happened, and I just don't want to see it happen anymore, so like I do agree with what the other YouTubers are doing by talking about it, that maybe this will hopefully be the last time. So, but anyway, thanks everyone for your support.